Nice to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Professor.
Hi, Adrian.
Or,
Nice to meet you.
I would say Professor Cyborg.
Professor, that's quite well. Yeah,
That's quite well.
Happy to agree to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
will everybody be a cyborg in 20 years?
I think the answer is yes-ish.
Yes.
I think everybody will be a cyborg, or a lot of people. I don't know whether it's everybody, because some people might prefer just to stay ordinary human and be left behind. And whether it's 20 years is always difficult. I had thought by now there would be a lot more research with implants that give you extra abilities. For some reason, which I can't put my finger on, there haven't been as many experiments as I would have thought. So it may take 30 or 40 years rather than 20, but the opportunities of enhancing your intelligence, giving yourself new abilities, I think are too great. So, yeah, large numbers will be cyborgs.
New abilities in communication. How will people communicate in the future?
No question. I mean, at the moment we communicate mechanical signals, pressure waves. It's so dated. How we still do it, I don't understand when you see how communication is between machines. We will communicate brain to brain, what people would call telepathy, but technically. Now that at the moment, we would need small implants in order to do that. And I think we do have the technology to do it, but there has not yet been the first brain-to-brain communication between humans. It will happen, hopefully sooner rather than later. So very exciting future.
Okay, you talked about the neurochips. How can we use the technology that you talked about in marketing? Because it's a marketing conference, so I kind of have to ask you that question.
Well, no, I think it's going to be a very different view. Already, we have so much more information about people, where they are, their habits, what they buy, and perhaps it hasn't been used anywhere near enough as much. A few years ago, was working with one of the big supermarket chains in the UK, using artificial intelligence on their customers. We had something like 50,000 customers, and we're able to accurately say what product somebody was going to buy before they went into the shop. You almost had a list. This would be their shopping list. The person probably think, oh, what, do I need milk? Do I need... But here's the list. You don't need to think about it. The artificial intelligence system knows some products like shoe polish that you just buy occasionally. So even now, I think there's a lot of technology that could be used, particularly linking AI with different things. But when you're getting into somebody's brain, you're getting their innermost thoughts. What do they think they want? Well, maybe you can even change what they think they want, manipulate how they think in order to buy your product rather than somebody else's. So, incredible opportunities. There have never been opportunities like it from a marketing perspective.
You've been a cyborg for 16 years now, but are humans ready for what you just said? Or will they ever be?
I think whether they're still humans or whether they're cyborgs is a question. It's still when is it time? It's very difficult. As a scientist, you know there's the technology, you know what's possible, but deciding when it's going to happen is always difficult because there's all sorts of societal decisions. I thought there would be more people with implants. Now, in Sweden, you can go and pay for your train travel with an implant, which is great, but that's just Sweden. What about the rest of the world? I would have thought something like that would have been around the world now, and everybody's doing that. But they're not. In Poland, you still have to use credit cards or money, cash. People still have money. Still, I don't know. So, I mean, some society is still very slow to get to the change. Even in the UK, we still can't pay for a train travel with an implant yet.
Do you think that in the future there will be humans and robots living with each other coherent, or are robots going to serve humans?
I think we've got a variety of options. I think it's going to be a complex mix-up So there will be some that are just robots, there'll be some that are just humans, there'll be a lot that are a mixture of the two. There will be some robots that serve other robots as well as serving humans. But the danger, the threat, using artificial intelligence with machines is that they will decide what they want to do. And that is I know Mark Zuckerberg has said, no, we don't need to worry about that. Whereas Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking have said we do need to worry about it. No, we need to worry about it. That's not to say robots are going to take over the world, but it is a possibility. So it's something we have to deal with, is to make sure intelligent robots don't go around killing people. If we do manage that, then I think it will be a mixture, but mostly it'll be combination, cyborgs, humans and technology together. But it'll be all different. Robots can have biological brains, as I was talking about. So we could take some of your brain cells and put them in a robot. Might even be if you were going to die. I know that it's not going to happen. But we could take some of your brain cells, some of your memories and so on.
And they could live in
and live on in a robot body. And say, well, that's way into the future. It's not. I mean, we're putting brain cells, human brain cells, in robot bodies now. Keeping the memories would be intriguing if suddenly you were in this robot body with memories. I mean, it's a bit weird, but
I like it.
For me too. It's exciting.